You know that tasty avocado sauce that's in the taco trucks in LA? Well, it's not avocado. Here, let me show you how to make it. You're gonna add some tomatillos to hot water, and then when that water starts to boil, you're gonna add your calabacita, which is your Mexican squash. Now, by the time your tomatillos are changing color, your calabacita is gonna be nice and soft. And on the side, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a hot pan. We're gonna add some oil to this, and to that oil, I'm gonna add about half an onion. Now, I rough chopped this. The idea here is that every single layer of the onion touches the oil and the heat. We're also adding garlic, and to that we're also going to add 2 serranos cut in half or sliced in half. If you don't want the heat, you could add 1 jalapeno or maybe cut the serrano amount into half, which is 1. I think I'm not a math expert here. Anyways, so the goal here is for the onions, the garlic, and the serrano not to get caramelized. Why? Because we want to preserve that nice, beautiful green color of the salsa. Now, to help it along a little bit, we're going to add a little bit of salt just to kind of draw out that moisture from the onion and help it get translucent a little bit quicker. Once the onions start to look like this and it starts to get translucent, this is your cue to turn off the heat and get ready to put it in the blender. If you want to go a little bit longer, you can, but the more color you get, the darker and brown your sauce is going to look. Move it on to the blender. We're going to add everything to the blender here. If there is oil on your pan, go ahead and add that too. That's going to help with the emulsification of this sauce. Now we're going to add the tomatillos, and if your tomatillos rupture in the water, don't worry about it. They don't get bitter. I don't know why professional chefs keep saying this. They get bitter if you choose unripened tomatillos. Ran over, I added cilantro, I added salt, and I added the calabacitas, and to blending we go. Very important here, if the tomatillos are not cooled down and you add the cilantro, that sauce is going to start turning brown. Now, if you're going to use it right away, go ahead and add the cilantro just like I did. And there you have secret salsa number 1 that tastes like avocado, but it's not avocado. Now, next to that sauce, there's this beautiful, really spicy red sauce, and here we go. Alright, to a hot pan, we're going to add oil. Pretty much the same steps as the other one. We're going to add our cebollas. Make sure that they're nicely cut so that they're feathered all over that oil and touch the heat and touch the oil. I also added some garlic here, and what I did to the garlic is I sliced it in half so that there's more surface area, because to this one we are going to look for color. We are going to look for that caramelization because we want that sweetness from the onion, and we want to get that garlic sweet as well. Now for this sauce, this is a real important component because we want that sweetness, we want that caramelization, because that's going to give it character for this specific sauce. Now be careful, it will burn on you, so you got to keep an eye on it. Now this is what we're looking for. Once it looks like this, go ahead and put this on your landing zone, and you're going to get back to that later. On that same pan, I added 3 moritas for smokiness. I added like 6 chiles de árbol for heat. You know the drill. If you don't want the heat, cut the amount in half. Now we're adding the tomatoes. Now you can add a little bit of more oil if you want. What we're looking for here on the tomatoes is for them to get a nice caramelization as well. We don't want them to be super mushy. We just want that color. Once you have achieved that, we're going to go to the electric molcajete here. We're going to add all these ingredients in there. And also, again, if there's any oil, any drippings, go ahead and put that all in the blender. You can already tell it's going to be good. Look at those colors. They look nice and deep. I went ahead and added a little bit of kosher salt here to taste. Added some vinegar. How much vinegar? Remember that secret chug you took in your teenage years? About that much. Blend it until it's nice and smooth. My blender sucks, so I'm going to have to take an extra step. But if you share this video, who knows, maybe I'd be able to afford a blender pretty soon. At this point, it looks pretty smooth, but I know my blender, so I'm going to have to use a metal strainer here, and we're going to strain this sauce just a little bit. If you like it chunky, go ahead, that's fine, but I like it smooth. Now you know how to make 2 secret street sauces that are all over LA and all taquerias and all taco trucks. But now you have it at your home. Any concerns, questions, or suggestions, let me know in the comments. Peace.